Hello, everyone. Editing Abby here with a bit of a preamble before we dive into the episode. This week, Kat and I talked to the iconic duo, Ian Allred and Lena Ian, who are fellow podcast hosts currently covering one of my all-time favorite shows, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And also, I've been listening to them for years, so this was honestly amazing to talk to them just about all my favorite things. Their current podcast is called Slay, a queer Buffy podcast, but you also might know them from their previous coverage of Glee as Recovering Gleek. You should definitely check them out if you like what you hear. All of that information is going to be in the show notes. Now for some other housekeeping. This was recorded the day before I walked the stage at graduation, so I have zero brain cells. We literally just yap. We fully yapped for 2 full hours, mostly about things completely unrelated to Taylor Swift. So what I think I'm going to do is save the other hour of this podcast to put on our Patreon as a bonus episode. This one I'm releasing now is all the stuff where we focused on Buffy and Taylor, and be warned, there is full spoilers of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So if you haven't seen it, know that going in, and also go watch the show. It's amazing. But if you do want to hear us talk more about Star Wars, Bones, Twilight, Glee, then go ahead on our Patreon and see the episode when it comes out. We'll probably post somewhere something about it once it's out. Final note, this was recorded like 2 weeks ago when there was but a little sprinkling of rumors about Rep TV being announced on May 26th. I'm currently saying this on May 25th now that we might have some actual evidence happening. If Rep TV is announced tomorrow when this episode drops, I can't wait to freak out with you all. And if it doesn't, I'll have my clown nose ready. So enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later. Abby and Kat were born in 1997 and became best friends when they were 6. Grew up together and started a band and bonded over music ever since. 20 years later, they are all grown up and spend their free time analyzing lyrics. Now here they are talking all about their Lord and Savior Dr. Taylor Allison Swift. Taylor, if you're listening, we love you.
Welcome to Swiftlore Podcast, where usually we dive in the lyrics and lore of our Lord and Savior Dr. Taylor Allison Swift.
Absolutely, that's what we usually do. Yeah.
But not this week. We're mixing it up.
Yeah, we're mixing it up because I don't get to talk about Buffy nearly enough. And so I called upon the team, the squad, and now we're here.
We are genuinely thrilled to be here.
Aww.
We talk about Buffy once a week, and we don't get to talk about Buffy nearly enough. So this is...
And I especially don't get to talk about Taylor Swift enough.
That is true.
Yeah, so I've been listening to you guys since 2020.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So this is like a big moment for me.
Oh my God.
But it's also that weird thing where like you guys create such an environment where I just feel like we're already buds, so I'm not like super nervous, which is great.
Glad.
That makes me happy to hear.
What would you do if we came on this podcast and we were huge assholes?
What would I do?
And it just the glass was shattered.
Oh man. I don't know. Expose you, probably?
I think
canceled.
that would be your right. That would be your right to do so.
I would be your responsibility.
So we all got our garb on. I see, Lena, you've got your Taylor Swift theme. There has never been a more appropriate time for me to wear my Buffy Taylor Swift shirt.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love that. Oh my God.
I got it from Nice Shirt Thanks. So it's like...
Okay. I'm
special.
writing this down. I will get it too.
And I asked for something with Taylor Swift and Buffy, and they made it gay.
Oh my gosh. It's the where you like give them a prompt and then they give you a shirt.
Yeah. So
okay, I love that.
It's Taylor and Buffy, and is it? Taylor saying "You're the one, Buffy." So it's like also gay.
I love that.
It's perfect.
I love that.
That's everything.
No one has understood the assignment more than when they made me this shirt.
That's so nice. I gotta do that. I've wanted to get a shirt from them for a while, and that's really, really slay to see.
Yeah, it is slay. Oh, and I love that your podcast is called Slay too, because
I like say slay way too much, and there was like a while where on the podcast I was saying it so much that I was like, okay, I gotta stop saying it. And then it happened to be the week that we covered Nothing New, where the like second line says the word slay.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a very good cosmic moment.
I love that. Even now, I'm like, especially now that the podcast is called Slay, I should really like stop saying it as much, and I can't stop. I'll be like in my corporate job in a meeting and be like, okay, Slay. And no one gets it.
Like maybe like 2 or 3 days after we had officially announced that the podcast was going to be called Slay, I was watching a TikTok that was like 5 things they better not do in the Buffy reboot. And number 1 was make a sleigh joke. I was like, oh, awkward.
Who's gonna not make a sleigh joke? If they don't make a sleigh joke,
Will you be slaying tonight, Buffy?
Will you be slaying
Will you be
tonight?
slaying tonight? Joyce said it first.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's right there.
I do think there's a difference between like fans of the show making sleigh jokes and that's like fun and cool. And then if the show itself does it, it's like, oh no, you ruined it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was fun and now it's
But
not
also,
fun.
how do you not? In my mind, I'm like, how do you not?
yeah, how will they navigate the minefield of sleigh
of sleigh versus
being
sleigh?
added into the modern language versus?
Yeah. I'm so curious as to what they're going to do with this reboot. I
wonder
have
if they'll
no
just do,
idea.
like, some sort of weird, or not weird, but like a joke where they're like, "Oh my god, that's so slay," and Buffy will be like, "What did you say?"
She's getting war
I like that.
flashbacks.
I haven't heard that word in years.
They announced today who the new Slayer is.
They did?
Oh,
We did, yeah.
I've never seen anything she's been in, but
I know
congrats
she's
to her. I'll
she's
tell
like a
you.
young girl.
Oh, yeah, this is the one. Okay, I saw that there was like an interview with a young girl. Okay, so it's that young girl then.
Ryan Kira Armstrong.
I don't think
Okay.
I've ever heard that name before.
I haven't either. She's in something called Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
Star
Star
Wars
Wars thing. I actually,
She's in the
weirdly
Star
enough, I
Wars
just
show
decided to
Skeleton
watch the Star Wars movies like this week. So that's a weird
Oh, I
coincidence.
love that.
So, Lena, you don't get to talk about it enough. So,
Yeah, why don't you guys tell us
Yeah.
your backgrounds as Swifties?
Thank you for having us again. Thank you so much. My background as a Swiftie is I remember really clearly seeing the Mean music video and being like, okay, yeah, I've been bullied. I love this. And then like I was a Swiftie ever since. So I, went and also like 1989 came out while I was in high school. So that was like huge in my car. I remember everywhere I drove, I was like screaming Wildest Dreams. That was like my most streamed song of all time on my iTunes. It was really intense. I just love that song so much. And then so I've just been a Swiftie ever since. I love her very much. I have 2 dedicated Taylor Swift tattoos, which is super lame, but I love her.
Not lame at all. My whole sleeve is
we
Taylor.
have
Your
we
whole
also
sleeve?
have
Oh my
Taylor
gosh.
Swift tattoos.
Taylor Swift
Okay,
and
then not
Shakespeare
lame, I love
references, so
that.
you're fine.
Taylor and Shakespeare. Okay,
Yes.
I'm obsessed. I'll have to see. I'll have to go look at your pictures and go look at them.
We have a
'cause I love
matching
that.
one.
We do. We have.
You do? What do
we
you
have
have?
the Moon and Saturn for 7.
Oh,
I've got that too.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh. Wow.
I ended up getting it like the day after Folklore came out too. It's like randomly the ugliest tattoo I have, but I love it very much because I remember just 7 hit me so hard, and I was like, I love that. So we're twinning as well.
Look at us go.
Yeah, I've just been a Swiftie ever since. I feel like she is my top streamed artist every single year. I love her very much. I saw the Eras tour in New York, and I was very
Ooh,
lucky.
which
I saw her
night?
I saw her night 1.
Oh, so you got Jack.
We did.
We were
did.
night
and we
2.
got You were night 2. Oh my gosh. What were your surprise songs?
False God and Holy Ground.
Oh, I love that.
It was iconic. You did get Getaway Car.
And that made me I felt God in that room. It was crazy. It's also I love Getaway Car so much, but my best friend Kaden, that's his like favorite song ever. So we made like so many Getaway Card bracelets, and it felt, oh my God, it felt so cosmic and crazy. And then I've got her here. I also have the word delicate in the Reputation font on my leg.
Cool.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And I remember I got it during an acting contract with a group of people who didn't like Taylor Swift. So I like actively lied to keep it from them. And I remember someone was like, is that like the Taylor Swift font? And I was like, I don't know. And I was
Just
like, oh no,
gaslight.
I'm fully an adult lying about my Taylor Swift tattoo.
You know what? We've all been there.
So yeah, I love Taylor Swift very much. I feel like there are so many songs that she has ripped directly from my own diary, and I'm like, how do you do this? What's going on?
No, literally.
So yeah, I just love her very much.
That's awesome.
I am certainly Lena's +1 today. I'm thrilled to be here. And I am a Taylor Swift fan, genuinely. I feel funny because we're talking about Star Wars. I've always said I like Star Wars, but I would never call myself a Star Wars fan because people take Star Wars so seriously. And I'm like, I really like it, but I don't know as much as you. And so I don't want to like seem like a poser. And that's how I feel. I never have referred to myself as a Swiftie, not because I don't like Taylor Swift, I do, but I'm like, I just don't know enough lore to like claim that title. I remember specifically when Love Story and You Belong With Me came out. I was in 8th grade, I think, and they like blew up. So that was, I had like heard our song, but that specifically, that album, as I remember being like, this is the new girl on the scene. Everyone is talking about her.
I remember I sang our song in a choir. Sorry, I had to throw that.
Oh, no, you're good.
But before I even knew who she was, and I was like, this song rocks. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's the thing. I literally was like, my friend's sister was driving me somewhere and she was playing our song. And I was just like, oh, this is an interesting song. And then years later, I was like, oh my gosh, that was Taylor Swift that she played in the car. And I just didn't know who that was at the time. And then obviously going to high school in the early 2010s, like Red came out my senior year. I remember people had like countdowns until it was going to come out. I remember weirdly Red came out like the week I was going to go to Disneyland with some friends. And so we like streamed Red on the drive to Disneyland.
I love that.
Anyways, most of pre-Reputation, I was like, I consumed the Taylor Swift songs that were very, very popular that like came on the radio, but that was kind of the beginning and end of it. I did really like 1989 and would stream that whole album, but something about the Look What You Made Me Do music video like really struck a chord with me.
It was simply too iconic to ignore.
Exactly. I'm not kidding. There was a night when I was working at Disney World at the time. Hey, and my coworker and I would carpool to work, and I like parked and was like, you are not allowed out of the car yet. And I played the music video for her and would pause it and be like, so this is a reference to this and this is a reference to this.
Easter eggs, I love.
I was like going off on all the lore and like, here's why there's snakes and here's why she's like robbing, quote unquote, the streaming services. And I was like going off about all of it. So Reputation was like my like true Swiftie era. I really loved that album. That was the time that like every time she dropped a new single before the album proper released, I would look up the new single. I was always very excited about the music videos. And then since then, I've kind of reverted back to pre-Reputation, where I still enjoy her and I still enjoy her music. But for some reason, that one specific era
I love that.
really grabbed me by the throat. The Kim K of it all.
Yeah,
Was-
the lore like enhanced the album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when that story broke, when like Taylor posted the thing about Kanye's music video, and then Kim K posted the thing about Taylor, and everyone was like, it was like hashtag Taylor Swift is over party. Like, there's no coming back from this for her. And then genuinely, she like took some time off, good for her, away from the public spotlight. But from the public perception, at least to me, it did seem like, oh, she has essentially like retreated into the shadows because of this. So then to see her come back a year later, swinging and being like, here's my side of the story, here's my receipts, and then also here is a music video where I reference both of you multiple times. I was living.
I
It
love
was
that.
amazing.
Exactly. When you lean into the drama, sometimes it's just it's too
It's
iconic.
Too iconic.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's so funny that you were just like, I can't call myself a Swiftie. And then you have that whole
And then you were
backstory.
like,
I know,
I
I
locked
think
someone
you
in my
might be a
car and I made
Swiftie.
them watch the Look What You Made Me Do music video, and I explained it in detail.
But it's just like, I'm not saying I don't like her other albums, but like Reputation is the only one that I like know that much about.
Fair. How excited
Yeah.
are you for Rep TV?
I'm pumped. I think it'll be great.
Everyone thinks
Oh, yeah,
the
oh,
newest
yeah.
the newest theory. We have our clown noses in front of
boy.
us because we clown for
Oh,
Rep TV a
yes.
lot.
I love
the newest
that.
the newest guest is May 26th at the AMAs, and this is because
I've seen that too.
the categories on her website spell out AMAs right now. It's like apparel, music, accessories, something else.
Okay, I did see that.
And
And
then
I
also
just
there's
went, what the hell
something-
is Amos? And then I just whoosh. Anyway.
And then you were like, another weird theory. Moving on.
Then I also saw that someone like put all the dates together, and then it that adds to 13. And I was like, I feel like everything adds to 13 at this point.
Exactly.
If you try hard
I
enough.
also, yes, I clown all the time. I swear every Friday.
It's
I'm
so
like,
fun.
okay, girl, what are you announcing
time?
today? Yes, and it never is.
Reputation TV tonight, Queen. My favorite ever clown moment was, speaking of Reputation, when she released the song Endgame and then had to make a public. Also, was that Reputation? Hold up, doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it is.
When she released the song Endgame and then had to make a public statement being like, "You guys, I'm not going to be in Avengers Endgame." People were like, "Remember that song from 2 years ago? That was an Easter egg." And she literally had to go on the record and be like, "It's a coincidence."
That's so funny. I wasn't like a Marvel girly when Endgame came out, so I didn't know that lore. I did know the like iconic tweet that's like, "You guys are gonna be mean about Taylor Swift? Fine. Tony Stark dies in Endgame." I'm not
Yes.
kidding.
I'm not kidding.
That's my favorite tweet of all time.
I love that. I love that so much.
It was too iconic. It's like, oh, you're gonna be mean about Taylor Swift. I'm gonna ruin this for you.
This thing that you love.
Exactly.
I'll never forget.
I sometimes feel an imposter a little bit because I have a whole podcast about Taylor Swift, but I didn't really become a Swiftie until Folklore, which like
Oh yeah.
I talk about a lot on the podcast because Kat has this whole like background of knowledge from the last however many years, 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And
much.
I don't have that. But I think the really cool thing about the Taylor Swift community is how like even if there's just one song that you really listen to, like you listen to it, like you connect with it. And that's what's so cool about the Swiftie community is that like the concept of being a Swiftie is just like being able to relate to another person. And I think that's really cool.
I agree. I love that. Also, Folklore is an amazing album to get in on. That album changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like when it came out and, you know, we had to like social distance, but like we were at like my parents' house in the backyard, like 10 feet apart with my phone in the middle, like playing Folklore.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. And I just remember being
and you
like,
were
oh,
like, wow, I didn't know her voice went low like that.
you're exposing me.
Listen, what?
I love it.
But now, like a lot of the times when we cover songs on this podcast, I listen to them for the first time, which
Okay.
is kind of weird. I
love
still
that.
haven't listened to Debut. I'm kind of waiting until Debut Taylor's version comes out, and then it'll be complete, I think.
I love that. Are there songs I'm sure there's songs you've heard from it, just like you just haven't listened to it all together?
Yeah, I've heard. Okay, so Teardrops on My Guitar is from the first one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Famously, a 9-year-old Abby sang that at karaoke at my grandparents'
Nice.
50th wedding anniversary.
Oh.
You know, the perfect, our song was
love
there,
that.
but Teardrops on My Guitar went out.
I lived for the drama. I said, guys, everyone look at me.
Say, I know you don't stay together for 50 years without some hard times,
I love that.
without some teardrops on your guitar.
Yep. And then, you know, the next person came up and sang Love Shack, and I was like, okay, I guess whatever. I guess, but yeah.
I mean, which one is more inappropriate for a party for a 50th anniversary? Love Shack or Teardrops on My Guitar?
Always feel like the grandparents in my life love Shack, but don't know the lyrics, but like don't get it at all. And I always think that's iconic.
I think that's true of a
A
lot
lot of people.
of music from that era. Because, you know, back when the radio was the only way to have a hit, everyone was like, well, I'm not going to make the song explicit, so it's all just going to be innuendo.
Windows. Yeah.
And then everyone would turn off their brains and be like, this is a kid's song.
I also I can't understand song lyrics unless I read them.
Oh, no, I have
yeah.
that too.
So I have no idea what anyone's ever saying until I look up the lyrics, which has proven to have put me in uncomfortable situations in the past, but it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
You have to tell the tale. If each season of Buffy had like a Taylor theme song, what would you pick for each season?
I want to put a caveat really quick before Lena answers this question, which is just because our podcast is spoiler free, and I imagine like people who are listening to their podcast is listening to this. There's going to be spoilers. You're welcome to stay, but be
I'm gonna
aware.
spoil the whole show.
Yeah, we're not going to tiptoe around stuff that hasn't happened yet. We will be talking about the entire show.
Spoil away. Spoil away.
Oh my God, season 1. Okay, I made a whole. First of all, I just think that Buffy Summers would be a Swiftie.
100%.
I think she would love Taylor Swift. I think she is just like every other girl. I think she would be such a Swiftie. So I made a 36 song playlist of songs that I think Buffy would stream.
Amazing.
So let me look through my list.
I'm actually obsessed with that. Wow.
Okay, this is so tough. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, because I'm also thinking, even though I came up with a question, I didn't come up with any answers except for season 6.
I have a season 6, and that's all I have off the top of my head.
Okay, tell me.
Season 6 is I Could Do It With a Broken Heart.
Go through it.
Yeah. Oh my God. See,
I was going
And
to say This
that's-
Is Me Trying season 6.
yes, I pulled up This Is Me Trying.
That's
Because-
also very good.
Yeah, I just think my favorite thing about Buffy ever, and the thing that like I took away as a teenager and I take away as an adult who, you know, has mental health issues sometimes is the like this is a young girl carrying the weight of the world and how everyone is holding her to these like huge, high, crazy standards and how like she can't help. I don't know, like this is me trying. It was like my very first thought. And also I Can Do It With a Broken Heart as well, where she's like, I'm going to kick these people's asses and you don't even know that I'm dying inside. Like, sorry guys. I love that. I love both of those.
Also the prophecy. Want to get real painful.
Oh my gosh.
Always.
Oh,
Very
a
Buffy
greater
core.
woman would and beg. Jesus.
Mm.
What do I think about season 1?
I feel like it could be like A Place in This World off debut. I'm just a girl trying to find my place in this world.
I love that. I also think my mind goes to like so high school. I think her relationship with Angel is so interesting and like, you know, oh my God, I'm remembering season 2. I'm sorry. I'm also
It's
like
okay.
remembering, this is so crazy. Like the drama of season 2 and like all the things that they're going through. What's the thing I was thinking of? I like made a whole list and now I'm getting too
I feel
excited.
like season 2 is the Red album. Like, I feel like it's giving Red.
I'm trying to
I
remember.
love
I've watched
that.
through all of Buffy once, and I've rewatched season 1.
It's when Buffy and Angel hook up, and then Angel loses
and
his
then
soul
yes.
and kills people.
That's very Red.
It's exactly what Taylor
Very
Swift went
all
through.
too well 10-minute version.
Oh my God, totally. But I also think my thought too with that one was guilty as sin, where it's like, okay, I'm sexual one time and I like bring upon the apocalypse. Like, great, awesome. Like, I can't even, what?
The coach from Mean Girls got to change his script. I'm trying to think what the other seasons. Season 3 is the one where she graduates high school, right?
Yeah.
Because in season
3
4
got
is the
Faith
boring
Lehane.
one when she's at college.
Hear me out. Recently, I've been like, season 4 is cuckoo bananas and I kind of like it. Like, let's have some fun. And I like that about it. Like, I rewatched it recently and I was like, okay, I love her drama with her roommate. What would that season be?
That was season 4.
Well, no, what song?
Like, what song?
Oh. Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's been a long day.
I graduate tomorrow. I graduate tomorrow.
really?
Yes,
You
I
do?
do. I finished grad
God.
school. I just finished grad school.
Yay,
So my brain is
congrats.
not here. Thank you so much.
Congrats,
It's
that's
around here
awesome.
somewhere.
Thank you.
Congrats, grad. Wow, we're so excited to celebrate with you today. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a graduation gift. You get to talk about Taylor Swift and Buffy all at once.
It's
I love
honestly
that.
best gift I could have gotten.
So, season 4 song.
Season 4
Season
song.
4.
I'm on.
You know,
I'm on the page now.
We're there.
I'm
We're there.
thinking about like, you know, like I'm right where you left me, you know, like everyone is leaving, but she like has to stick around in Sunnydale. Obviously she's going to college, but like, you know, there's this like force of darkness that she has to stay and like keep, you know, she has to stay here. So she's like, you know, right where you left me. I don't know.
I think that's a good one.
I think so too. I'm
Because she
just
even,
second
you
guessing
know,
myself.
she got like amazing test scores. She could have like gone to whatever college she wanted to,
Yeah.
but ultimately she has the responsibility to stay by the Hellmouth. Everyone gets to go move on with their lives, and she's right where they left her.
Yeah. And then season 4, we also meet Tara, love of my life.
Tara. Yeah.
And that's fitting.
Yeah,
Has a Lamal moment.
true.
So Lommel.
Thank you for knowing what we mean by Lommel.
Oh my gosh, of course.
LOML.
The song.
A love of my life.
Well, I think
Also
the song is
Lost.
just called LOML.
Mm-hmm.
So we call it Lamal because That's a lot of letters to say.
LOML is hard.
It's kind of like how we call
Yeah.
your on your own kid Yo-Yak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yo-Yak. I've always called Lamo.
Okay.
Exactly. It adds a little bit of fun and whimsy to an otherwise deeply depressing song.
No, seriously. God, I love that song. I've got the
It's
lyrics
so
pulled up
good.
here because I love that song so much.
That's so real.
I also, when I was listening to Suburban Legends earlier, and I was like, I feel like this is kind of giving, there's that, I have it here, where it's like, you'd be oh, Jesus.
More than a chapter in my old diary.
Ripped out, and I'm standing in a 1950s gymnasium, and that reminded me of the episode where Buffy and Angel like are possessed by the ghosts from the 50s. And I was like, okay, I don't know, just that line though, I was like, it gave that episode to me. That episode is so damn good.
Apparently, that's the episode that made them decide to give
Angel his own
Angel a
show.
spinoff because they were so
kind of-
impressed with his acting.
Kind
in
of
that
eats
scene.
in that episode.
Yeah,
In that season.
We stand David
Yeah, that's-
Boreanaz.
that's season
We
2,
do.
right?
And
It
now he's
is.
just like on Instagram doing his little like witchy stuff. I love that
He's
for
like
him.
a witchy guy
Wait, he's
now.
witchy?
Yes.
He's always like blessing his crystals and stuff.
Exact. And that's exactly what I want. Because I didn't watch Buffy growing up, but I did watch Bones.
Oh yes.
It was really weird watching Buffy for the first time after like I've seen all of Bones, even the later seasons that are very bad, which is the level of dedication. But when I was watching Buffy, I was
love
just
that.
like, what is Booth doing here? Why is he here? Why is he being so mysterious and angsty?
I feel like season 3 could be long-lived.
Oh.
Like especially when like
yeah.
like the student body giving her the protector award, it makes me cry every time. And like when they all band, oh my god, I sob every time when they all band together to like defeat the mayor. Like it's something so special. And also like, you know, it really, while it's like season 3 and the show goes on, you know, it is such a beautiful ending to the Sunnydale High era. And, you know, especially like the student body giving Buffy her flowers for literally being the only person in that school who can handle themselves in a crisis. Oh my God. I think Long Live fits that season
Absolutely.
You're
really
so
well
right.
for me.
I'm just like mentally making an edit of Long Live with just clips from high school
Yeah,
Buffy.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. I have such a soft spot for season 3 because that's the one that they always had on Hulu when I was in like middle school. Hulu would just have season 3 of Buffy for some reason.
Oh my God, I
so
totally remember. Yes.
And so I would just watch it during bedtime, just like every night, as one does. And so
Yeah.
season 3 is like core memory.
Yeah.
And I was over here rewatching Twilight to fall asleep every night, and I feel like that really
love that.
defines a lot about us as people.
Faith Lehane is she is my baby. I love her so much.
Like I know she's done things wrong, but I support her.
Yeah, I
She's
support
a rep
women's rights, but
girly.
mostly wrongs.
She is a rep girly.
She is.
Well,
Oh my God.
Faith is absolutely rep girly. That's what I find Faith so interesting because yes, she's done bad things, but like the long and short of it is she is a victim of abuse.
Yeah.
Like she grew up, clearly when we hear about her past, she did not have a good home situation. And then beyond that, the Watcher Slayer dynamic is inherently abusive.
Yeah.
Like Buffy lucked out that she got Giles and Giles rocks, but the reality is the Watchers created the Slayer because they needed to take care of evil but didn't want to do it themselves, so they were forcing a random woman to have to do all of it.
Yeah.
And so like she is this poor girl who had a bad home life who suddenly gets all this responsibility thrown on her shoulders. And while like Buffy's able to handle it because she's the strongest girl in the whole world, anyone else would have crumbled under the pressure, and like Faith crumbles under the pressure. Like I love her season 3
But
arc
also, like,
so much.
Buffy has more support. Buffy has
Exactly.
friends, and Buffy has a mom who like cares so deeply about her. You know, like
Whereas-
Faith does not have friends or family.
Yeah, in Faith, like Buffy is antagonistic towards her from the jump, and then Faith does kill a guy. She does, but like it is an accident, like it's manslaughter.
Yeah.
And then suddenly she's faced with a decision where it's like Buffy, who have a strenuous relationship at best, is telling me that I need to confess and go to jail for this. Meanwhile, this father figure is being super cool and chill with me and telling me that it's totally fine and that he loves me. I'm going to go in that direction.
Yeah.
Like, I just find her to be such an interesting and tragic character. I love Faith Lehane.
Yeah, I feel like she's kind of doomed by the narrative. I mean, every Slayer is doomed by the narrative.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's kind of like they always die young, except Buffy. But I mean, she does. Anyways, but, like, she never has, like, the tools to, like, succeed like Buffy does. Like, she doesn't have the ability, like, A, she doesn't have any friends or family, but then B, she doesn't have, like, the tools to gain friendship or, like, be, like, she never had a chance to do the right thing.
Okay, so Buffy's a Swiftie, Faith's a Reputation girly. Who else do we think listens to Taylor Swift?
I think Dawn probably would.
Oh.
Dawn definitely.
Oh, 100%.
yeah.
Dawn is like, if
also
you don't
my
get me
mate.
tickets to the Eras tour, I'm going to kill myself.
Oh, yes. And she would say exactly that. Exactly.
If you don't get me tickets to the Eras tour, I'm opening a hell dimension.
Exactly.
Stand at the hell mouth.
I will slice my hand myself and I'll pour my blood in. We're seeing Taylor Swift.
Do you guys like Dawn? I love Dawn.
I love Dawn.
I'm a big Dawn fan, yeah.
I remember when
feel
she first, like, the first episode where she appeared, I was watching it and I was just like, I texted Abby and I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? And she's like, I obviously am not going to spoil this for you.
What I think is so genius about that episode, besides, like, the introduction of Dawn is genius anyway, but the hint that I love about that episode is there is a line in the first half of the episode where someone explicitly states that Buffy is an only child. And then in the final scene, she has a sister. So it's the writers very clearly telegraphing, this is on purpose. We're not doing a retcon here. Like, I think that is so intelligent of them.
I love that. God, I love Dawn.
Just what a cool idea.
Yeah, that whole season 5, I think, is
Rock star.
yeah.
It's my favorite season.
It's my favorite season too.
I have a season 5 tattoo. I have Be Brave, Live on my ribcage.
Oh, very good. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
So it means a lot to me.
My Buffy tattoo is in the same spot.
Is it on your rib?
It is. It's just right there on my left one.
It's on my left one. Oh my gosh,
Wait,
we're the
that's
same.
wild.
Twins.
We're literally
I
the
have
same.
the scythe from season 7.
Are you ready to be strong?
Are you ready to be strong? I remember, I mean, that season to me, I the more I'm into Buffy discourse, people don't love that season. And I'm like, what the hell are we talking about? I mean, there are moments that I don't love, but I mean, that's true of any TV show. But the overarching message seriously has carried me for my whole life. I'm literally going to cry. Like, you know, anyone who can have the power will have the power. And I just love it so much. Like, oh my God, I just love it means so much to me. And oh my God.
It's a really beautiful ending to the story. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of how you feel about season 7
Yeah.
or even the finale, like that idea of like women have power, all women have power. I love that. I love it.
I remember, like, finishing it and feeling, like, very satisfied with the whole, like, end. Like, it didn't, like, there's definitely shows where, like, the finale, you're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, come on, this is how you ended it, really? And I'm
Totally.
thinking of the ending of Bones, which no one has seen except for me, because honestly, don't watch the last season. It's terrible. It's
Okay,
an
I won't.
on-fire garbage can. It's half as long as every other season, probably because I think it was supposed to be the last season, but then it was doing so poorly that they just kind of cut it in half.
Oh
and
my
condensed
gosh.
the plot.
Wow.
It's very not
That's
good.
really bad.
So like when I finished that, I was just like, really? That's how you're gonna end
Yeah.
it?
I also feel like to give Buffy another song that I feel like I have to give her. I was listening to Archer this morning.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Mhm.
I was like I was gonna cry. Ian, let me read you these lyrics. You've heard this song. I wake in the night, I pace like a ghost. The room is on fire, invisible smoke, and all my heroes die all alone. Help me hold on to you. I've been the archer, I've been the prey. Screaming, who could ever leave me, darling, but who could stay? I see right through me. Could you see right through?
Yeah.
Chills.
It just is so chills.
Mhm.
I love Buffy so much, and I just, you know,
Mhm.
She's very
I see this girl
Archer-coded.
really struggling.
Yeah.
Very Archer coded.
In the same vein, Labyrinth. I feel
Yeah.
like
Oh my
Labyrinth could
gosh.
really apply to her as well. I'm a Midnights girl personally.
I love.
Labyrinth is like means everything to me,
Yeah.
and so does Buffy. So the
So
overlap
it's,
is there.
A fun little
I
combo.
love that.
How do we feel? Here's a question. How do we feel about season 6 of Buffy?
I love season 6.
I adore it.
I liked it.
Okay.
I remember watching it being like, because Abby, I think you told me that like it was supposed to end at season 5, and
Yes.
then they like renewed it instead. So I was like, okay, I know there's gonna be like some, like obviously she's gonna come back, because like how can you have Buffy the Vampire Slayer without Buffy the Vampire Slayer? But it was like, I remember being very emotional about it. Because like she was struggling so bad, and her friends were being such dicks.
Such
yeah,
dicks.
They're
it's a
like,
brutal
Buffy, go to
season.
work because you're not smart enough for college anymore. Like, okay.
Oh my god.
It's a really brutal season, and it's so sad, and I was also so sad. So I think that's why I
Yeah.
liked it so much growing up, because I was like, yes, the horrors.
Yeah. And it's also like I love stories. I feel like I see this sometimes in media, like about people dying and then coming back to life and then realizing like, no, death is peace and death is comfort. And like the world we live in sucks so bad. I don't know. I just, that sounds really intense for me to say, but like it gives me comfort in, I know that was crazy. That was really
You're
crazy.
good. You're good.
I did not mean that in a way. I just mean it in a way of like, I feel comfort in the universe and it's not going to be scary when we die. Anyway, so Buffy ending up in heaven, and her family, her friends, literally not even letting her die in peace, like bringing her back and
And
taking her
assuming she
away
was
from
in
heaven.
hell.
Assuming she was in
Yeah.
hell. Like what?
I mean, she fell into a hell dimension.
That is
That's
true.
That is true.
It's not like they thought like she appeared before God and was found evil. Like she explicitly went into a portal to hell. I understand why they thought that.
No, that's fair. I think, but it's just like, ooh, everything about that season is just like, it just hurts so good to me. And also like, as I'm literally a therapist, so mental health is stuff that like is really near and dear to me, and that whole season as a metaphor for depression and addiction, it like gets into a lot of the stuff that I'm really interested in, and I don't think all the time they pulled it off. I don't think it's very subtle at certain points in ways that maybe it could have been more subtle, but like the idea was there, and I think it was like very sad, but gosh, we need more shows that actually deal with the consequences of all the trauma these characters have been through.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
Because so often that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, these people are sad and depressed and grieving.
And that's what fan fiction is for.
And I love that.
Ian, how do you feel about season 6?
I love it. I feel similarly about Lena, which I also feel that way about season 7. I loved season 7 when I watched. But I grew up being like, season 6 is critically acclaimed and it's one of the best seasons of the entire show, of course. And it's only recently, as we've started our podcast and I've been watching a lot more like video essays and stuff about Buffy, just to kind of get the like, what's the feel of the fandom, that I realized apparently a lot of the fandom really, like I keep seeing all these video essays that are like, in defense of season 6, like why I go against the grain and like season 6. And I'm like, oh, wait. What grain are we going against? Like people aren't liking this? I've always liked season 6. I think it rocks.
I mean, it's incredibly dark. It's like really, I mean, especially like the metaphors for addiction, like, you know, they are not having fun. It is far from the, you know, quippy, silly Buffy of the first season. So, I mean, it's tonally very different. So I wonder if that's like maybe jarring for people.
Yeah.
I like as a depressed teenager, I was like, this is everything to me. This is
Right.
like, this speaks to a part of me that
Yeah.
I don't even know how to voice.
And the fact that they did a musical episode during the most depressing season of this show is like amazing to me. That is the
Yeah.
best thing ever. They are forced to sing their feelings.
That's the part. I was talking to someone, who was I talking about this yesterday? I don't remember. But obviously, Once More with Feeling that inspired like every show to copy that formula. But I feel like on every other show, it's just a gimmick. It's just like, let's get ratings up. They're going to sing this episode. But like you said, Abby, Once More with Feeling, it is explicitly, this is a plot device because all of these characters are hiding their feelings and secrets from each other. And famously, in the genre of musical theater, you sing what you're thinking and you sing what you're feeling. So how do we move the plot
It has to be
forward?
truthful.
A demon with a BFA is going to make everyone sing their feelings and thoughts to each other.
And then the next episode, they all forget.
Oh my gosh! Joan the Vampire Slayer? Come on!
And then Spike and Buffy. Like, it's like the perfect sequence of just like everything I love.
I'm so glad you brought this up. I love Buffy. I obviously like Buffy to me is the Slayer. Her romantic relationships are on the back burner to me. She like, and I think the romantic relationships are on the back burner for her for the most part. So God, I love Buffy. I just think like, you know, especially at the end of Once More with Feeling, when he is like the only one who will even like give her a shot to talk about these things. Like everyone else just assumes that she is good and grateful and fine. And if she's not, they're pissed at her. And Spike gives her the space to feel what she feels and she doesn't have to pretend around him. Sorry guys, I love him.
I love him.
I also love him.
He loved her before he even had a soul.
Yes.
What do you mean?
I love him.
No, like I love when a man is down bad. And that's what Spike is for
Down
Buffy.
bad crying at the gym.
He's
Exactly.
a simp.
That's his song.
Oh yeah.
What is his song?
It's got to be Down Bad or something from Reputation that like
I was
Don't
also thinking,
blame
like,
me.
Dress or like Dancing with Our Hands Tied as well.
Mm. No, he needs one that's just like a total simp. It's just like I'm in
Yeah.
love with you forever and ever and ever.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous is good.
He's a paper rings girly.
He's a paper rings. No, I love that.
He's a daylight.
Daylight. Oh, poor thing.
Oh. But that speech that he says to Buffy at the end of the show, the you're a hell of a woman, you're the Slayer, or no. Does he even say you're the Slayer? He says you're a hell of a woman.
Yeah, something like that.
That
yeah.
whole speech. One of the best and most romantic things that's ever been said.
Yeah.
Ever.
And also just like him loving her and being like, I know you'll never feel the same. And that doesn't change my feelings for you. And I'm going to be here for you. And like, I just believe in your cause so much that like you have like got me forever. It kills me. I really care for him deeply.
Yeah, me too.
He's such an icon.
He could also, I feel like he could also like Gold Rush. Like what would it be like to grow up that beautiful?
I do like Kat's suggestion because Gorgeous famously is like, I'm so
I
into
can't
you,
say
I'm
anything
gonna
to
be
your
an
face.
asshole
Yeah.
to you. And
Oh,
that's
I
like
love that.
his entire season 5 arc is being so rude to Buffy because he has a massive crush on her.
Like calling her a bitch and then
Yeah.
commissioning.
I was on a walk, bitch.
Bitch. Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I love him. I got to meet James Marsters dressed
Oh my
as
God.
Faith, which I think is like one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
Was he so nice?
He was so nice. He was genuinely so
love
nice.
him.
And the way he spoke about Sarah Michelle Gellar is I was like, she sounds like you're a hell of a woman. Like she sounds amazing. She always came prepared. We basically just gushed about how good the show was. Like
How did you meet him? Tell me about this.
he randomly came to Schenectady. I can't even say that. Schenectady. Okay. So, which was like 15 minutes from where my brother lives. So I went to this convention and it was him and Amber Benson. Tara was also there. And also the cast of SpongeBob, but not Tom Kenny, but like Squidward was there. It was a whole thing.
love.
I assumed that like, well, these are big actors. Like it's James Mercer's. Certainly, because I'm so obsessed with him. Everyone else in the world is just as obsessed with him. There's going to be a line out the door. And then there literally wasn't. So I just like had...
I hate to hear that. That makes me hot. That makes me sad.
He's
Fair,
fine.
it was a random like Schenectady is like probably like 3 hours north of New York City, so it's like really just nowhere in
Yeah,
the middle
okay.
of upstate New York.
But I think like when I was expecting like hundreds of people and there were like dozens of people.
Okay.
And when I happened to get there, there was no one. I guess everyone was like on a break for lunch or whatever. I don't know. And so it was just me and him in a room for like a bit. So I just got to talk to him. I showed him my tattoo and then he took video of it on his personal phone and then he put it on his social media.
That's so cool.
It was
This is awesome.
the coolest thing. And I have a picture with him. It's great. And it was just really nice. And he spoke so highly of the show and of Sarah. And we just talked about how great Buffy as a character is and how important she is. And it was like really meaningful to me. And Amber Benson was also fantastic. They're clearly best friends. They're like They love each other so much.
I love that for them.
Yeah, it was such a random great experience that they just so happened to be like so close to like I could just go find them. Wild.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's really lovely.
It was really lovely. He also, I only paid for a picture, and then he started signing it wasn't a playbill. I have Broadway on the brain. It was whatever it was for the fan convention. He started signing it, and I was like, I literally cannot believe that I'm telling you this, but I didn't actually pay for an autograph. And then he looked at his manager and then was just like, don't tell anyone, and then signed it anyway. And he put a little heart.
And so now you're telling everyone.
So now I tell everyone.
You know what? It's fine. The
love
statute of limitations.
Yeah, it's been years. But
That's
he was
so
great.
fun.
It was really fun. If you guys could meet anyone from the show, who would you meet?
Like SMG, she seems so cool as a person. And then I just love Emma Caulfield. Like Anya's my favorite character. I think Emma Caulfield seems really cool in real life. I think, frankly, love you, Emma Caulfield. If I had to pick one, it probably would be Sarah Michelle. But if I could pick two, I would do her and Emma Caulfield.
There's no rules. There's no rules.
Great, the both of them.
Perfect.
We have this like ongoing thing where, I mean, we're so obsessed with her and we want her in more things, and we've like seen her entire, all of her works. And when like WandaVision came out, every single episode we're like, okay, Emma, this
Like,
is your
when's her
episode.
moment?
It never was. It killed us.
Wait, is she in WandaVision?
She
Yes,
is.
barely.
Dottie. Who's Dottie?
She's got blonde hair, and she's like the
She's like the librarian as well.
Do you remember in the second episode of WandaVision when she goes to the like ladies' lunch and there's the like queen bee mom? That's Emma Caulfield.
I did not put that together.
yeah.
We're basically like at the conclusion that Emma Caulfield was like cast as a red herring, but like much to the chagrin of us, we were so pissed when she wasn't in the show more.
Well, also like she and Jack Schaefer are just friends.
Yeah,
like
I
they've
guess
worked
so.
together before, so I think Jack Schaefer. It was more like Marvel was like, we don't really care who plays this role, so Jack was like, okay, I'm gonna hire one of my friends to do it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
They should have brought her back for Agatha all along.
They did. She
They
had
did.
2 lines.
Oh, she did. Yeah.
Where was she in Echo?
She was the librarian
the
in the first
librarian.
episode.
librarian.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just teasing us.
I know. I just need
I want
more
her
Emma
more
Caulfield always.
She's so
Exactly.
lovely.
Did you guys ever watch the movie Timer?
I want to, but I haven't seen it. But that's how she and Jack Schaefer know each other is because of time.
Okay, I don't
Is
even
that
know.
the movie where it's like people have timers on their wrists so they can like meet the love of their life, whatever?
I just rewatched it
Oh,
because I saw it in high school and I loved it. And I assumed as an adult, I'm like, I probably loved it because it had Anya in it. And I watched it
Yeah.
again and I was like, oh no, genuinely, I really like this movie and what it's trying to
oh,
say.
I'll have
Watch
to
it
check that
together.
out. Okay,
Yeah,
very
so
good.
I definitely recommend.
I like I have a distinct memory of us watching that. Maybe it was like senior skip day. It was at your house.
Oh,
in your
maybe.
living room.
I think I made literally everyone around me watch it.
fair.
I
You
love
know,
that.
I did that about a lot.
Yeah.
I did that about Taylor Swift. I made everybody listen
It's-
to the albums. I'm like, listen,
Very
sit
good.
down. We're gonna listen to Fearless now.
The feminine urge to just like show everyone your favorite thing.
Exactly.
Every partner I've ever had, when a Taylor Swift album comes out, I'm like, okay, well, you're coming to my house at midnight. We are listening. I don't care if you don't like it, but if you love me, you're gonna love this.
That's what we're gonna
And
do.
You gotta
Sometimes it
at least
works out,
pretend.
sometimes it really doesn't. My Buffy claim to fame is like Juliet Landau follows me on Twitter.
No
but
way.
But there was like a point of time when I was in high school where she was following anyone who was tweeting about Buffy at all. So,
Oh, yeah, Juliet
but I
Landau.
mean, that's really awesome.
She's another one like Emma Caulfield, where every few years I'll look up Juliet Landau and be like, why isn't she working more?
And what's she up to? I would love to meet Sarah Michelle Gellar so bad. I think and I know that she's like her own person, but Buffy is the glue that holds me together as a person. And like to say to her, like, thank you for all the work would be like really crazy and really awesome. So I would love to meet her, but also like anyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
James Marsters as well, because also like the people who speak so highly of Buffy still to this day, I appreciate that so much. And like as a fan of the show, it speaks to a part of me that I don't know. Like I'm like, okay, we weren't crazy. You guys loved this too. This feels really good. So I love to hear that James was so excited to chat with you. And so anyone really, as long as they would want to talk to me.
I would also really like to talk to Eliza Dushku because she is now a therapist.
Really?
Yes.
Can you imagine going to therapy and it's Eliza Dushku? I'd be like, I need you to like me too bad. I
I would
need to
be
get
so
a different
excited.
therapist. I can't be vulnerable and honest with you. I will be masking.
I personally could not go to her, but I love that for her. So I'd love to meet her and just talk about it. I think she specifically like is
Maybe
interested.
I'll meet her at like a mental health counseling conference. I'm gonna start manifesting
Actually,
that for you.
Maybe I could make that
Just
happen.
imagine.
I'm gonna manifest it as well.
Okay, thank you.
I want that to happen.
The crossover, because I think she's also interested in working with psychedelics in therapy.
Okay, cool.
Which is just also really interesting. I mean, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that it can be very beneficial in small doses, et cetera, et cetera. So I just think that's super cool that she just pivoted. She was like, yeah, I'm going to do this thing now.
Yeah.
I really respect a big career change. Like, especially to like, you know, she was working so young, and to see like, especially young actors be like, okay, well, I'm going to go do something else. I always love and respect that. I think that's really cool.
Buffy is the blueprint
It is.
of like everything. It's so good. I'm
Thing is,
so...
like,
You first, Ian.
sorry, Abby.
I was going to say, the thing is, that's not exaggeration.
Yeah.
Like, Buffy changed specifically teen media so drastically.
Yeah.
And the way we view serialized television and the way that arcs progress over multiple episodes and over multiple seasons. And it's so good.
Yeah. When I saw that you guys were switching to talking about Buffy, you would not believe the scream I scrumped. Like, I was so excited. Because of course, like, I'd heard you guys mention how much you love the show before, and I'm like, this is so exciting, because I also listen to Buffering. Do you guys listen to Buffering the Vampire Slayer? And they're
On and
also
off.
amazing. And so I actually think I started listening to them at the same time as I started listening to you guys, and so now it's like the crossover, and
I love
just
that.
amazing.
Now we just need Buffering to announce that they're going to start talking about Glee.
About Glee.
Yeah.
That's true.
We just recorded, so at the time of this episode, that we're recording this episode, we've only released 2 episodes of Buffy, but we've recorded up to Angel. And I do feel like we are finding like so many fun, silly things about the show and finding bits along the way. And we're, 7 episodes in. I do feel like it's going really well. And I miss Glee. I was in the car the other day with a friend, and we were listening to like Glee covers, and I was like literally sobbing. And I miss Glee so much, but I'm also so grateful to be having the spice of life and making new bits about a new show that I love so deeply. So I'm really genuinely super excited.
Yeah. I love this transition. I love the new music that you have going. I mean, it's like the same vibe, but also just a little different. And I love it. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I love Taylor Swift as well.
Oh, perfect.
as we all should.
We'll have to have y'all on for an episode and like assign that episode a Taylor Swift song. I think that would be fun.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That would be very cool. Yeah, I know that today was very casual and we talked about everything under the sun, and I kind of love that for us. Thank you for coming on this journey and for being on and just like all around just being so welcoming and great and awesome. Like, I'm really appreciative of you and the content that you put out, and I'm just so psyched that you came on today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. This was seriously I texted Ian before we started. I was like, I'm so excited I could cry. Like, this is just super awesome.
Aw.
And I'm so glad that we found y'all. This is really cool. And thank you for having us. It means so much. And I'm so excited that you're excited. And I'm so excited. Thank you.
Yay. Is it a Spotify playlist? The Buffy
Yes.
do you know where I'm going with this? I'm
Yeah, I'll
very
share it.
curious. Okay, perfect.
Okay, also, Ian, you were talking about video essays about Buffy, and like if you can drop those links, because I've been in a big like video essay like
Yes.
binge lately, and that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, I'll track down the ones I've been watching. Yeah.
If your listeners want to check us out, we're Recovering Glee presents Slay, a queer Buffy podcast, and we're talking about Buffy. And we also, if you like Glee, you can check out our Glee stuff as well. We covered every episode of Glee.
Yeah,
several
got tons of
over.
episodes on Glee.
Sons.
Yeah.
You can check that out as well.
I'll make sure
Thank
to
you so much
put
for having us.
put all that in the show notes, so that'll be there for people
Yay.
to find. So definitely check you guys out. But yeah, thank you for coming on. This has been so great. I love Buffy. I love Taylor Swift. I love Glee. It's awesome. And we love fellow yappers. So
Yeah. Anytime you want to yap, hit us up. We love to yap.
perfect. Sounds good. Alrighty. Until next time. Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.
Oh, they were so nice.
Right? Oh my gosh.